Hello everyone, welcome to Hendrix. I am Jessie from the GeekyTwins, and this is another really nice visual game that I found. I will leave a link in the description below when I'm done. This is supposed to be a psychological, kind of Tim Burton-isk feel type of visual novels. Again, this is not an RPG, there's no platforming. If open books, pretty colors, pretty picture type of thing is not for you, then this game is probably not for you. But this looked interesting, so I wanted to give it a try. Welcome to Hendrix. And so my eyes were opened. What's going on? Where am I? Can I turn this down just a tad bit? I can save. Interesting. Let me see if I can't just turn this down a tad. What's going on? Where am I? Nothing rings a bell in this room. My heart pounds as if I've been running all night long. I feel just about ready to run, but from what? I can't be sure. The only thing that keeps me in my bed is the soothing chirp of birds outside my windows. Okay, so I must be talking or thinking to myself. Well, what do we have here? What kind of sound is that? I don't know. Well, whoever you are, let me be the first to welcome you. I wish I could say that you'll find your stay here at Hendrix pleasant, but I'd be lying. Why, is something wrong with this place? Besides the fact that I have no idea what or where it is? Well, he's in a straitjacket, so that should give you some sort of clue. It depends on what you mean by wrong. Just the other day, I stuffed someone's cat in a blender in the cafeteria. The shrink here said it was that was wrong. He said that I have to learn to redirect my anger through to me, though to me, it didn't really qualify as wrong, just fun. Interesting. Who are you, anyway? I'm DT, your roommate. Yes, because this man needs to have a roommate. Roommate? Yes, and listen, there aren't many people you can trust around here, so you better get used to having me around. He leans a little too close for comfort by my ear and shifts his eyes left to right at the invisible people in the room. Between you and me, there's something seriously wrong with this place. I remember this one time. Oh, hey, look at that! Time to eat! But you didn't finish. What's wrong with this place? DT leaves the room with a skip. I chuckle. He looks a bit funny, swaying vigorously with his arms restrained to his opposing hips. Okay, I apparently seem okay with the fact that I just talked to a guy who just basically chopped up a cat in a blender and now he's my roommate. Awesome. If something's wrong with Hendrix, there's definitely something wrong with him. I shake my head, still worried, but comfortingly more curious. Yes, I feel like I need to be here. The food's not so bad. They have a surprisingly appealing selection in the cafeteria. Strawberry cheesecake waffles, crispy golden sunny side eggs, and what is that? Chocolate milkshakes? Dang, it's definitely not what I'd expect from whatever this place is. I haven't figured out it's an asylum yet, although from what the menu sounds like, I'm not quite sure. Let's see if I can't turn down my volume just a tad bit here. Hoping this works a little bit, maybe? Okay. Cook. That's the cook. They all look the same. Is that it? I looked from the cook's metal tongs to the mountain of food on my tray. I didn't realize I had taken so much, or that I was this hungry. Strangely enough, it really feels like I haven't eaten for days. I should probably exercise some self-restraint, though. People are waiting in line. Yeah, that's it. Thank you. You're new here, aren't you? Yes, but I'm not exactly sure why I'm here in the first place. Oh, trust me, I'm gonna put on the cook accent here, an older lady. Oh, trust me, nobody does. But I'm sure they have their reasons. But shouldn't I know? Everything seems a little off about this place. One piece of advice, don't ask questions, but I'll tell you what, I'm not sure the people running this place are too sane either. I know I'm not. What do you mean? I'm kidding. It's like working in retail. You lose a bit of your sanity along the way, and probably all empathy for other people. That is too true. Actually, for some reason, I remember not having been here for too long. I don't remember what I did before working here either. It's like my life started right here in this Hendrix. In a family sort of way, of course. They say the staff here is crazy, but who can you really believe? The patients are all drugged up all the time. The staff acts as crazy as the patients. Listen, go and eat your food. You're drawing attention to yourself. People are waiting. Okay then, you were the one talking so much though. I make my way to one of the tables and pick a seat facing the main doorway. It's better for me to see who's walking in and out of the room. I don't know why exactly, but it comforts me. DT is nowhere in sight, so I enjoy my meal in peace amongst all the strangers. Whatever we're all doing here, they don't seem to know any more than I do. Hello. Pill time! Pills? Sorry? Exactly what are you giving me? Nothing out of the ordinary, just some pills to make you feel better. I don't feel bad, per se, just a little confused. Also, I would really like to talk to someone before I take anything. Well, that really isn't up to you, is it? I'm not going to. I'm gonna need some help here. Oh, that's the lady. I'm going to need some help here. 2 guards walk over to hold me back against my chair's back. Oh, great. Okay, hold on. If I don't want to take something I don't know, I shouldn't have to... Without missing a beat, the pharmacist bends over and drops 2 pills in my mouth. He shuts my jaw and waits for me to swallow. I don't have much of a choice here, do I? Perfect! They release me before I can even reach my glass of orange juice. I clear my throat and massage my neck as they move on to the next table of people. What just happened? Sudden stop of music. Hello? Orderly. It's time for you to receive your recreational activities. It's time for your recreational activities. Please come with me to the library. It's not like I can say no, can I? The orderly doesn't hear me and leads the way. In fact, he doesn't say a single word as we pass the foyer and continue up the stairs to the 2nd floor. I'm not entirely sure I want to start a conversation with such a stern person, so I settle with observing the interior of the building. It's really not a bad place. There's a bit of dust here and there, but you can't expect every facility to be spotless, especially ones where I presume patients live in ill patients. See if I can't turn down the music just a tad bit, with as lovely as the music is. Hopefully that helps. Maybe just a tad? Maybe? I jump where I walk and whip my head around before the source. No one's running at me, thankfully, but I see 2 other orderlies at the end of the hall that look to be escorting another patient into their rooms. But the orderly seems unaffected by this activity and continues walking to the library. I'm guessing this happens fairly often, then? We reach the library with no other misbehaved patients, so I suppose that's always a good thing. I have to be honest, though, I wasn't too excited about having to meet another staff member. I could never know if someone was worse than the pharmacist. To my pleasant surprise, the librarian looks to be of a different breed of humans than the others. He holds himself well with his back straight and his gaze focused on the work in his arms, much better than the cook, the pharmacist, and this orderly. At the sound of the door, he looks up from his clipboard and at me with intelligent eyes. Our new guest has visited the library on his first day. That's good, I'll have to say. I like you already. I wait for the orderly to leave before answering. He slumps away with heavy feet and disappears through the doorway. I was honestly escorted here. I don't know my way around this building yet. No matter, you'll get better over time. So how do you find it here? At Hendrix. Interesting place, don't you think? That's one way to put it, I guess. How do you mean? Well, I don't know. My roommate and the pharmacist are a bit strange. So is the orderly that dropped me off just now. And I can't say that the cook is too comforting either. He said some rather cryptic things about Hendrix being a trouble place, so it was a he. The cook was a he. Well, do you believe him? That's a good question. I don't really know what to believe, actually. I don't even know why I'm here. Nobody will speak to me properly. I can't help but frown. The librarian scratches his head with the tip of his pen, thinking about my words. After a few seconds, he throws his long arm over me and wears a thoughtful expression. All right, you look like you don't belong here, so I'll be honest with you. The cook was right in saying that there's something wrong with this place. For a while I didn't believe it, but things just got weirder and weirder. It's a bit of a strange thing to say about a mental institution, but things are still meant to run a certain way. Okay, so I'm clearly in an institution for the mentally ill. Good job. Good job. That's awesome, dude. You finally figured that one out. I can't tell you much. I haven't been here since the beginning, you see. From reading some of these books, I've learned that things used to be a lot different around here. How were they different? Well, you would say that the orderly seems a bit off, do you? What about the pharmacist or the cook? They were definitely strange, as I said before. The librarian nods. He seems to be getting a different point. His eyes shift from left to right as DT did, his arm still around my shoulder. I'll put you this way, then. Get out. You don't want to be here, especially with the winter rolling in and making it unsafe for venture out of the grounds. Trust me. I can already tell you're not insane, but by the time they finish with you, you will be. What's that supposed to mean? I'm a bit shocked at the librarian's words. Is he off his rocker too? Or just worse? Is he telling the truth? Is it too early for me to know? Because at that moment, the orderly barges into the library, puffing with even more stern look on his face than before. My mistake. You were supposed to be escorted to the doctor's office for evaluation. Come with me. Evaluation? The orderly pulls me out of the room and waves me just in time to bid the librarian farewell through the crack of a closing door. I'll talk to you later. He waves back with a smile and a worried look. Please tell me there's a later. I don't like the sound of this evaluation at all. Pretty doctor's office. Cracks in the wall, so. I sit anxiously in the waiting room with my hands on my knees and my eyes on my hands. The posters of trees on the wall provide little comfort, so I decide to focus on the lines of my veiny, sweaty hands. Yes, because that's comforting. I guess those pills did absolutely nothing with helping me feel better. I guess they weren't meant for nerves now, were they? Hello, psychiatrist. Please come in. I am ready for you. Alright, here goes nothing. This place is doing nothing to help my nerves. I mean, I like the organization of the room, but there's something disconcerting about the pictures on the wall. Where did all the doctors go, anyway? With narrowed eyes, I searched through the low lighting and managed to make out the form of a person behind the desk. I see no one there. There's no one there. Do you know why you're here? The man has a deep, strong voice, a bit unfitting for the exhausted, red skin around his eyes. My muscles grow tense. It doesn't seem too smart to be careless around this person. Not particularly. I was hoping you would tell me. Well, we do things quite differently here at Hendrix. What's most important now is we start your evaluation. Okay. What was the point of asking me then? So you're not going to tell me why and how I ended up here? Like I said, the evaluation comes first. Please sit down. I bounce on the heels of my feet, considering my options. I could press for answers, but again I decide it doesn't seem too smart to be careless around this person. I take the seat farthest away from the couch and look toward the door. I should have left it open for running purposes. I don't really know why, though. So, how does this work? Oh, it's very simple, really. I ask you a series of questions and take note of your responses. I suppose you can call it an oral examination of sorts. Okay, that doesn't sound too difficult. Very well, let's start. Do you feel like others controlling what you think and feel? Do you feel like others control what you think and feel? No, I'm an independent, thank you very much. Do you hear or see things that others do not hear or see? No, I'm going to be sane. Do you feel that you can't trust what you think because you don't know if it's real or not? No, I'm sane. Do you feel like others are plotting against you? Wait, what? I don't understand. How are these questions supposed to help me? Half of them wouldn't even be answered properly if I was insane. Don't talk back in the middle of an evaluation. Just answer the questions. Do you feel like others are plotting against you? No. Do you find it difficult to get a hold of your thoughts? No. Do you believe that you have magical powers that nobody else can explain? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I have totally magical powers. Do you feel like you're treated unfairly because others are jealous of your special abilities? Yes. I'm a little insane, sure. He finishes asking me questions and makes a few notes on his clipboard. A few scratches here, a long swish of ink there. It isn't long until the doctor clears his throat and glares up at me. Sedate him. I don't know how they could hear that from out in the hall, but a pair of orderlies barge into the room and begin strapping metal cuffs on my ankles and wrists. What? No, please, what are you doing? I struggle against their hold and look around the room for anything to use as a weapon, but there aren't any. I only see cabinets, a couch, desk, and a camera beeping in the top corner of the room. If someone were watching us now, I might have already lost my first impression test. Before I think about it any further, I feel a sharp jab on the side of my neck. A liquid slips forcefully into my veins, taking me by surprise. The discomfort jerks quickly into a sharp pain, and I yelp, slumping to the ground. I suppose I didn't see much after that. You can't never see too well if your eyes have rolled back into the back of your head. I have a feeling with any answer I would have given him, this would be the outcome. Ugh, I feel terrible. What did they do to me? Fail one exam and they go straight for an injection? These people need to calm down. Ugh, my cuffs are unlocked? It looks like they tied me to the bed earlier. Maybe I can make use of this time awake. I'm definitely not feeling sleepy. My neck is still sore. Where would I like to go? Let's try DT's closet. I can see him sleeping inside. He's sleeping inside his closet. He doesn't breathe very loud, and I can barely hear him. There's a pillow in there, too. At least he's comfortable, I guess. I decide to move to the door. Well, it couldn't hurt to look around a bit. I'll be back before even DT notices. Weird. Why is this door open? Yes. Oh no, I wanted to go in. I'm not, but I should peek aside just in case someone's hurt. Okay, good. Yes, go ahead. Go in anyway. Huh? This is kind of a nice place. It smells like cinnamon, too. This is a nice place. It doesn't look like anyone's hurt, but where's the patient? Where would I like to search? Oh, let's look under the bed. That's where all the monsters lie. I found a lot of dust, but no person. It looks like something else is here, though. I reach under the bed, past the fluffy plates of lint and unknowns. What is this? It looks like somebody's journal. I flip through the pages and find several entries written in tall, slanted handwriting. It looks interesting, but I look behind my shoulder to check if anyone's entering the room. It's safe, for now. I don't think I can... Okay, this is in the journal. I don't think I can work for the ICU anymore. I didn't feel this overwhelmed when I first started, but now I'm not so sure. The stress is too much for me. Palpitations and flatlining. Blood and family members crying all over the ones we couldn't save. I can't take this anymore. Nurse LaBelle recommends that I apply as a nurse in a mental institution so I can be in a more calming environment. I think I just might need to give that a try. So the owner of this journal is one of the nurses, huh? I wonder how it ended up underneath the bed of the patients. Strange. Not wanting to intrude the nurse's privacy any further, I close the journal and turn it over in my hand. It says that this journal belongs to someone named Addison. I think I'd better talk to this person. At least they seem to remember what they did before they started working in this place. Maybe they can give me some answers about why I'm here. Which one was Addison, though? I don't remember seeing any nurse... Uh-oh. Someone's coming. I better head back to my room before anyone finds out I'm not asleep. Early the next morning, I had a familiar visit at the foot of my bed. Sorry about that. I hope you can understand that we take the safety of our staff very seriously here. The dosage we gave you was just a transitional formula. You could say it gives your body time to adjust to the pills we later supply to our patients. Speaking of which, take one every day after breakfast. It's for stress and pain relief. You'll be taking this in addition to the prescriptions issued by the doctor. One of the orderlies or I will come by every night to give them to you. Make sure you use the bathroom before we arrive, because you'll be knocked out all night. Like last night? Precisely. Okay, thank you. Good. Make sure you follow the schedule. Since you're new here, there's one more shot we need to use you after breakfast to help with the transition, and then we'll be in a group session where you can meet all the other patients. Okay, but I have a question about exactly why I'm here. Nobody's explained. Have a nice day. Thanks, anyway. Good morning, fellow roommate. How was your sleep? I hope you don't mind. I saw the orderlies preparing your shot in the pharmacy. You haven't even taken your evaluation yet, and they're already giving you a high dosage. Talk about unusual. Anyway, I tampered with it so you wouldn't feel too much like a wreck. Right. I don't know if I want you tampering with my medicine. I'm not sure if you should have done that, but thank you. Yeah. Not a problem, roommate. Is that why I woke up in the middle of the night, then? Oh. Do they always have this much medication for the patients? I'm still dizzy from the first shot. This can't be healthy. I don't think it is either, but what else are you going to do? Not listen to them and go off on your own schedule? I guess not. Anyway, let's go to breakfast. We probably shouldn't eat too heavily, though. You have a shot, remember. You're right. Lead the way, then. I wake up with my head humming horribly. There's something over my eyes, inside my brain. I don't know. I just want it to end. What's happening? It's just the side effects of your medication. You'd be free to leave in a few moments. Oh God, I don't think I can even sit up at this point. I fight the violent urge to vomit and take a deep breath. I try to wipe my forehead, but my wrists are held down by a pair of leather straps. Why do they have to tie me up? Just a few more minutes, your treatment's almost over. I chuckle with a slight pitch in my dry mouth. My treatment's going to kill me. I just want to lie down. I can't believe this was a morning treatment. Is it safe to throw up here? I don't think I can make it to the restroom. I use my hand to guide me down the hallway and hope for the best to find the doorknob to my room. My vision continues to fade in and out and my stomach lurches. I hold my hand up to stop my breakfast from greeting the hallway carpet. I really hope this is the right doorknob. Wandering into unknown places is the last thing I want to do in this state. Oh man, where am I? I could barely see through the darkness. My guess would have to be that this place is some sort of dungeon, but that could just be the medication talking. I squint my eyes to see a faint light coming from one of the cells. I lean forward in hopes that I'll see the source before I hear it, but I was wrong. Hey! Who's there? You really shouldn't be here. Where's here? They'll do to you what they did to me, what they did to all of us. What did they do to you? As I reach the source of the light, a depleted match. I finally make out the face of a person speaking. I can't say that the words matching with the senile face was much comfort. Hello. What did they do to you? The man in the cell shifts his gaze from the left and right and drops in his match in despair. I wait for him to relight another, from wherever they're coming from, and listen to his panicked words. They made me insane. I don't understand. Who are they? The staff? This crazy scenario isn't mixing well at all with the treatment I just went through. Am I just dreaming? They're not who they seem to be. Alright, I don't think you know what you're talking about. I don't even know what I'm talking about. You have to get out of here. Yeah, I'm going. Get out while you can. This is the fastest I can walk, jeez. I waddled back through the door I came from, fighting the urge to laugh at the effects of the medicine. If I'm laughing spontaneously, maybe I am going a little insane. Although I like to laugh spontaneously anyway. Ugh, I feel so stiff. Stick, cough, cough. That shot killed me. I don't ever want to take any more shots again. That man in the stair cells is probably right. I gotta get out of here. Nobody's answering my questions, just shoving medication down my system left and right. Cough. Heck. Their cafeteria's not bad, at least. Unfortunately, I'm not in the mood to eat. Maybe I'll hang around the library for a while. A good book might put my mind off this mess. Cough. Hello, librarian. Hey there, stranger. I've got to say you had me worried there for a bit. It's almost been 2 days since I last saw you. This institution is not exactly a large place, so I was beginning to wonder where you were, alright. I'm fine. I've just been having to take my transitional dosage, so I guess there's a lot of sleeping in store for me. Ah, I see. It's not really my place, but I don't like how they give you so much medicine to take all at once. Yeah, that's what I thought. There are more significant ways to cure patients like you. Patients like me? Does that mean you know what's wrong with me? Because no one can seem to tell me how I got here, or why. I don't remember how I got here, and I don't remember where I came from, now that I think about it. So it's begun. I don't understand. Why can't I remember? It happens to the best of us. But the other day I could have sworn I felt fine. I at least knew where I came from, right? I must have. There's a strange atmosphere here in Hendrix. I would tell you more about it, but I can't remember. And as for yourself, all I know is that you are found far out on the main road, crawling out in the forest we're located at. Far on the main road? Is this place make us forget who we are? Then why do we stay? Shouldn't we get everybody out of here? No point dilly-dallying there about it, what we can't understand. The winter is closed, and the shelter is here. I wouldn't send these good people off on a suicide mission now, don't you think? How about you lend me a hand here and with these books? These good people can't never seem to clean up after themselves. I'll find a way. You wait. Very good. Hand me that book, would you? Here you go. This whole thing still makes me curious, though. Yes, of course, the best of us are, my friend, the very best, and most of us are. I helped the librarian organize the books by alphabet and color order, thinking about the things he had just said. He hands me a duster to clean the nooks and crannies of the shelves, making sure everything is spick and span and very much in place. Within the hour we have the place in tip-top shape. I only wish that my mind could be in the same condition. What's this? A door stopper? This is a bit of an odd place to keep one. I better ask the librarian where it belongs. Excuse me, sir? The librarian is nowhere in sight. When did he step out? I never noticed. I searched the room, but there's no sign of the librarian anywhere. Nobody's in here. When did they all leave? Is rec time over? I checked the walls on the clock. No, there's still 30 minutes left until I have to go to the group therapy. I think I'll hang around in the rec room until the session starts. I've just about finished with the last of these shelves anyway. Ah, that's much better. Much better. I think I'm finally adjusting to those pills. My head doesn't hurt anymore. I'm trying to understand what the librarian was talking about, though. I don't remember any roads or forests, let alone crawling out of one. I look around the room at the other patients wandering the halls. A man is sitting on a couch by the main entrance and Marley walks by with his shoulders squared. His son is, if not a little bit twitchy. But even though I have no idea where this place is, I can't help but feel like it's familiar in some way. Suddenly I notice a woman sitting in a chair by one of the windows. She's rocking back and forth, hugging herself. She looks to be in discomfort, pain. I wonder what's going on with her. Nobody seems to notice that she's not okay. I better go check it out. Excuse me, I don't mean to be nosy, but are you alright? Mumble, mumble, mumble. Miss, are you okay? My Your stomach? My stomach hurts. My head hurts. My stomach hurts. Man, she doesn't look well at all. I wish there was something I could do. What would I like to do? Let's use the door stopper on her. I don't know what good this would do. Why am I carrying this thing around anyway? I better keep it outside. I don't want to get in trouble for some dumb reasons. I hand the woman 2 pills. There's no choice in that one. Here, try this. What? For me? It'll help. Take it. Oh, thank you. I pour a glass of water from one of those plastic pitchers on the drawer table and hand it to her. She swallows the pill, chugs the glass, and takes a deep breath. I'll wait for it to kick in. Thank you so much. It's nothing. You'll feel better before you know it. Those pills are a bad idea. Her eyes widen in surprise, and then she gives me an unexpected small smile. I'm sure I will. Thank you. I nod and settle back into my seat. She'll be fine by dinner. No, she'd be dead by dinner. People are getting ready for the start of our group therapy. There are 7 patients total and 3 orderlies standing guard by the doorway. Alright. Oh, I forgot his voice. Alright, how is everybody doing today? I understand we have a few new guests with us. They lost their way yesterday and wasn't able to join us in our meeting. But they're here now, right? Would you like to introduce yourself to the group, new guests? Hello. Nice to meet you, everybody. Oh, hello. There's a dull chatter of unintelligent greetings from the other patients. Well, close enough, I suppose. Let's pick up where we left off last time, shall we? Milana, you first. Me? Yes, why don't you tell the new guests a little bit about yourself? Oh, well, I'm not from around here. I was born farther west, so I don't like the heat too much. What do you like, Milana? Oh, I like the rain. Anything else? I remember liking chemistry, too. The psychiatrist raises his eyebrows and nods slowly, all the while twirling his pen around his fingers. Oh, really? Yes, I used to work as a pharmacist, but something really horrible happened. The patients attacked me. They attacked every... Yes, I think you're doing just fine. You're remembering a lot of good things that I'm sure your medication can help you, keep. Who would like to go next? He carelessly turns his head at the rest of us, lazily scanning for raised hands. I'm definitely not going to, but it looks like I won't have to. Suddenly, the lights flicker overhead, producing a sizzling sound like a bulb about to pop out. The psychiatrist shivers in his seat and glares angrily up at the light bulb. It takes him a moment to remember that he isn't alone in the room, but when he does, he shakes his head and taps his clipboard, annoyed. I think we'll end our session a bit early today. Why don't you all go outside and enjoy some fresh air, and we'll continue our session after lunch, right after we get these damned light fixed. Everyone is slow to move, but we clear out of the room when the orderlies begin to yell at us. I don't think it's necessary for anyone to be yelling, but I have to say that the psychiatrist also piqued my interest. What was that about? I wonder what they did to her. They surely wouldn't hire a patient for acting out. I can imagine everyone has an episode here and there in this place. That's why we're here, right? To overcome their struggles and get better. Assuming they have something to overcome. Milana definitely had some interesting things to say about the staff. I mean, them being responsible for making her crazy. I don't know what to think about that. But whatever the staff is doing here to help these people, it definitely doesn't look like it's working. I may not be a doctor, but antagonizing your patients isn't exactly the best approach to fixing their problems, even if the patients are wrong. What else can I do? All I figured out is that the nurses working here under the name of Addison, they seem to be the only ones with lives before Hendrix. Maybe I can... There's a knock on the door. That must be DT coming back from dinner. Come in. Hello. Oh, hi. Can I help you? Do you happen to have a minute? The woman smiles at me and then lowers her gaze at her feet. She almost looks more surprised about her being here than I am. A minute? Sure, why not? What can I help you with? Well, I'd like to introduce myself, but I'd rather not do it here. She leans into the room and whispers to me with a grave expression on her face. You never know when they could be listening. The sincerity in her voice makes me lean in too, as if there were ears pressed in against the very dry walls of my room. I can imagine me look a bit silly trying to be discreet with the entire room space filled between us. But whatever she had to say felt important somehow. Her concern was genuine. It's definitely the first genuine thing I've confronted since I awoke in Hendrix. It probably wouldn't hurt to hear what she had to say. Well, do you know where we can talk? Yes. It has to be very careful, though. We have to be very careful, though. The orderlies are going to come by soon with our bedtime medicine. Yes, of course. Come on, then, quickly. Before I can respond, she immediately disappears from the doorway, leaving me to scramble out of my bed and out into the hall. I see her walking away. She picks up her pace and makes a right at the corner. I shut the door to my room as quietly as I can, although the chatter of the other patients makes my effort unnecessary. Isn't anyone going to see us wandering away from our rooms? I check my surroundings cautiously and hustle down the hall. There are a few patients walking, shuffling spookily to their rooms. They don't notice me passing, but rather shiver where I walk. It's odd behavior, but nothing I wouldn't expect from a mental institution. Speaking of things to expect, an orderly passes by with a sniff. I lower my head, hoping he won't notice me watching. And he doesn't. I can imagine he can't see anything past those massive shoulders of his. I slink by unnoticed, and although I'm so incredibly conscious, I follow the woman on my tiptoes and see her climb down the staircase. Down the foyer we go, past the recreational room and the front door with heavily chained locks. It looks like none of us are going anywhere out without a good set of keys. I expect the woman to lead us toward one of the broom closets, but she heads straight for Hendrix's outdoor gardening grounds instead. I continue to follow her, although more hesitantly now. Where did she go? I was right behind her. I look around the beds of dying flowers and over through the old buildings across the trail. They're falling apart in the expected places, already carelessly grasped by the stretching vines. I search for the woman's figure and find her standing at the foot of the building's main entrance, waiting. I shiver as the near winter's chill envelops us, and perhaps from the way her silhouette is a mere black shape. Nevertheless, she reaches for the handle and opens the door. With a final look back at me, she nods towards the entrance and walks inside. Should I still suppose it wouldn't hurt to hear what she has to say? Jeez, it's so dark in here. This isn't a creepy place to meet at all. Hello, miss. Where are you? I listen to my footsteps tap on the dusty wooden floor. Its echoes carry down the pitch-black corridor. I take a few breaths before venturing forward. A breeze breathes with me through the front door, followed by the unnerving creaking of the rusty metal. Before I have time to react, a hand grabs mine in the dark. I gasp and hold my other arm up to attack, but the hand doesn't hurt me. Instead, it pulls me deeper into the building, quickly and quietly, into the unknown. Oh, great. Where are we? We're in the abandoned building. We're supposed to be demolished after they deemed unsafe for the patients to stay in, but for whatever reason, the heads of Hendrix never got around to it. I'm not entirely sure why. Interesting. Luckily, it's a quiet place where the orderlies hardly ever check, so it's safe for me to speak freely now. Alright, no point beating around the bush. Oh, okay, here we go. Alright, no point beating around the bush. I suppose you're wondering why you're here, aren't you? Yes, I've been wondering that the entire time I've been here. Actually, I know there's something wrong with the way the staff are treating their patients. You're not wrong. And I know that one of the nurses might be able to help me. I found their journal the other night. Yes, she can help you. She? Okay, great. Does this start? You wouldn't happen to know which nurse it is, would you? I'd search myself, but I've never seen any of the nurses around here. The woman holds up her hand to silence. I smell a whiff of cinnamon from the palm of her hand and suppress the grin when she puts on that grave look from earlier again. I don't know how much time I have, so I need you to listen to me, okay? Okay, what is it? I know where your nurse is. She's right here. I'm Addison. You're Addison? She nods and smirks at me. I am. I've been waiting a very long time to see you again. What do you mean? Why have you been waiting for me? Okay, I know how this is going to sound, but you need to listen to me, okay? I shake my head. There's really nothing else for me to do but listen. Addison takes a deep breath and waits for my reply. Go ahead, I'm listening. Okay. She closes one of her eyes and lifts the side of her mouth, unsure. How bad could it possibly be? You're the real doctor. I blink for a few seconds and try to process what she just said. Sorry. What? You're the real doctor. I frown. Apparently it's very bad. Okay, what does that mean exactly? Addison takes another deep breath and braces herself. She scans over the floor left and right, and left again in search of the right words to say. Or perhaps it was her illness taking effect. I couldn't be sure. Whatever it was, I could only listen and decide later what to make of it. A little over 3 years ago, the institution of Hendrix became listed as a no-help location. This meant that all the patients being brought in have no help for recovery and no remaining loved ones to visit them to see if they were miraculously on the mend. It's a dump site for lost causes, basically. A dump site in the middle of the woods on the outskirts of a forgotten town. No one is going to bother to check in on us unless the doctor stops phoning in to the mainland's clinic board every 6 months. Okay, this is all extremely depressing. Go on. Addison nodded, growing all the more serious. I pursed my lips in guilt at joking around. Well, as you can imagine, a no-help location is not exactly a desirable place to work in, now is it? No, it doesn't sound like it, but you can't just leave the patients alone. That's not very true, Doctor. I would expect anything less from you. In fact, that's exactly what happened. What do you mean? You were the only doctor who volunteered to man the undesirable location known as Hendrix. Even with the incurable patients, understaffed environment, and extremely cold winters, you decided to stay because you believed the patients could get better. I look around the old padded cell and its stained, dust-coated walls. There were several scrapes and scratches cutting into the cushions from the padded floor to the vent in the top corner of the ceiling. Whichever patient was in this room, I could guess they might have gotten better. But who was I kidding? It didn't turn out too well, did it? Addison shakes her head. No, I'm afraid not. No matter how hard you tried, the traditional therapy methods didn't work. Shock therapy in particular was something you never favored, and we discontinued the practice as soon as you found it interfered with the formula in the prescriptions. Some side effects included memory loss, disorientation, and aggression. It was only a matter of time before Addison's voice dropped and her words were lost in the darkness. I give her a moment to recover herself, her lips trembling. Poor girl. I raise my hand to pat her back, but she straightens up and continues her story with shining but determined eyes. The staff, your staff, was outnumbered. We were just about to lock up the wards when the patients attacked. They were stronger than us and indefinitely more violent. What happened? They locked us up one by one in the atrium cells, the ones near the large stairway. We spent that whole night watching each other get dragged away by the institution's lavatory. I can't say we were ever the same. Repeated torture by your patients isn't something that's going to leave you unscared. I don't believe it. How could this happen? Are you saying everything Milana said in the cafeteria was true? The staff really did make her crazy? That's exactly what I'm saying. Insane and suffering through the same side effects as the patients the fake staff is going through. That explains why no one can remember where they came from. Is that why I can't remember either? Addison nods. When did you say you started losing your memory? Well, I was in the library when I first realized it. That was when I was finishing up my transitional doses. Addison nods again. You were the last of us to get captured in the attacks 5 months ago. It's not saying much, but you were also in the best mental shape. That's how you escaped to get help for us. Hold on. I escaped from this before? Yes. But they captured me again. The fake staff? They did. So I'm already crazy? Everything you're saying right now could be happening in my head. At that point, Addison tilted her head. She scrunched her eyebrows and thought. Not necessarily. When the patients tortured us, it was in repetition succession. Excuse me. One after the other in extreme unsafe amounts, immediately after the torture. You could say that we were completely insane. But I noticed a window of clarity for everyone here at Hendrix. A window of clarity. What is that? Like lapses of sanity? Yes, exactly. That's how I'm able to speak clearly with you now. But how does that work? How do you just become better? I'm not better. I'm just in my lapse of sanity, of clarity. Okay, I believe you, but how? It's because you helped me today. She smiled and pointed at one of my pants pockets. When you gave me the pills, you said something only the doctor I used to know would say. You said you'll feel better before you know it. Are you saying that I started your lapse of sanity? She smiles wide at me. That's exactly what I'm saying. The fake staff may have found you, but you're also back. The real doctor is back, and we have a chance to retake the institution. Wait. Hold on. Everything you're saying sounds nice and all, but I can't just save everyone. I don't know enough about this place. I don't know how the real, I guess he's the fake psychiatrist. I don't know how the fake psychiatrist's motives are, okay. His weakness, his anything. The old staff is here to help, don't you know that? There are a couple of us in our lapse of sanity, so we can help you. That's a comfort. I'll need all the help I can get. I don't know about you, but this is a lot to take in. I just need a moment. I raise my hands to my temple and scratch my face as an ache begins to develop in my nerves. I understand, but we don't have a lot of time. Right, of course. How long do these lapses usually last, do you know? I've estimated 5 days for every lapse. Okay, and you're on day 1. Great, that means we have 4 days left to save everyone. Perfect. No pressure at all, huh? I look to Addison in the hopes that she has better news for me, but she turns toward the garden in Hendrix' current building. The orderlies are checking if all the patients are in their beds. We have to hurry or else they'll throw us back in the shock therapy rooms. I don't know about you, but I don't want my 4 remaining days of clarity. Right, of course. We'll talk more in the morning. Addison becomes shaky and starts tapping her fingers on her thigh. She truly looks afraid, and I can't help but feel sorry for her. Whatever she remembers from being tortured, I can only hope never happens again. We'll win this time, okay, Addison? Don't worry. I remember you, and I trust you. She turns to me and smiles, her face overshadowed by gratitude. I smile back in reassurance. Let's go before they find out we're not in our rooms. Yes, let's. We head toward the entrance, but then Addison does a quick double take. Wait, may I have the door stopper? The one you took out from your pocket when you helped me earlier? It's just that some of the doors get jammed here. I want to have something to prop them open next time. Okay, sure, here you go. She walks a few feet deeper into the corridor and places the door stopper on the ground with a small thud. It should be fine in the corner. No one will see it there. Okay, let's hurry and head back. Okay, and then tomorrow we plan for retaking Hendrix. She beams. It's so good to have you back, Doctor. Alright, so that is the first part of Hendrix. I hope you guys enjoy it so far. I do, although my voice is kind of going. I like the style of gameplay. I like the visual novels. I do like these drawings and this graphics work. It is very much kind of like as Tim Burton-isk as a game could be almost. But I do hope you guys are enjoying it. I hope you guys will come back for number 2. And thank you guys so much for sticking with me so far. I will see you in the next episode. Bye!